I'll have the timestamps. You could, hopefully, you just mouse over and you'll see it. So advanced vertical systems. Few things to know before venturing in. And changes to the endgame gearing meta. Part 1. We're going to be talking about how your engravings are also going to change. Like, people are asking, Zeals, what happened to your engravings? For example, why you mass increase there? Should I learn the mass increase book and all of that stuff? I wouldn't jump the gun just yet. Why are blades going mass increase? Why are they dropping Kimbun? Why are they acquiring Kimbun? Why are they dropping Curstal? Why are they getting Raid Captain? Blah, 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 blah. We'll touch that later, but this is part 1. You have to understand this to go to that part. I'm tired of people that just don't know the fundamental. They don't even know what their tripods do, and then they come and ask if they should use Raid Captain. Like, they don't know what Raid Captain is, how it even works, how to fulfill it. Now entering new systems into the West, we have Elixirs, and then later, Transcendence. Now is a pretty good time to look at your roster and choose your main or mains, alt or alts, okay? And then people that do like Lopang and just Chaos Dungeon but no Guardian, no raids, that's called barracks in Korea. So whatever that you want to call that, you want to choose that. You want to kind of assort it before advancing forward, because these things cost gold. We're going to talk about how much gold it costs. But yeah, like, you don't want to be doing Elixirs and then Transcendence and then be like, oh dude, I don't really like this character. That's kind of, it's kind of smooch, okay? So what's happening to honing? As of December 3rd, 2023, when I wrote this, no new max eye level for over 16 months in Korea. It could change with Loa on, that is coming December 15th. A lot of people come to my stream and be like, oh, how come you don't go to max eye level anymore? Okay, because it's inefficient. Eye level is a ticket now, is seen as a ticket to enter the difficulty of a raid that you desire, right? Whether you do Voldis normal, Voldis hard, or I guess Ivory Tower, not to confuse anybody, as well as Daemon normal, Daemon hard. Can also be used to fake it till you make it, sliding you into groups in pugs, right? There's a lot of eye level Andes in the West and just as many eye level apes in Korea. Whoa, he's 1640, accept him. 1650, accept him. Okay? But he gets beat by a 1630. Why? It's not skill. It's because, well, skill and gearing, which we'll talk about today. Now that we have hindsight in Korea, right? You've seen me go to max eye level on 3 characters. In hindsight, that was a dumb move. We'll talk about that today, okay? But yeah, the smart people are at like 1620, 1630 and clearing all contents with the help of the advanced systems. What else does max eye level or just eye level do past entering the raid? It helps with EHP, okay? More defense, survivability, but there's workaround for that as well. Like Transcendence gives EHP, as well as you could change engravings for a certain fight that hits really hard, like Ether Predator in Gate 4, Famine. Now, just because I said Ether Predator, someone's gonna come to my chat like, do I go Ether Predator now? No, I just said the full context, right? In Gate 4 Famine, on eye level, weak EHP characters go that route, okay? People always don't listen to the full sentence. Eye level doesn't do much for you, okay? Everyone's like, oh, show me the guy that got MVP. What's his eye level? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really matter. So honing efficiency as of December 3rd, this is NA East. Where's this site again? Max roll calculator. Pretty good, pretty good. I checked the Korean one as well. It imports your market. So at the time of me recording this on December 3rd, right? Obviously increased, right? So plus 22 armor is all the armor pieces. All the armor pieces, if you look, this. Not just one. We're talking about all 5 pieces. All 5 pieces, if you upgrade it from 21 to 22, how much damage do you gain? 1.3% damage increase. Does that sound very efficient to you? So let's say you have plus 22 everything. You want to go to plus 23 for some unknown reason. Maybe you like to just burn cash. For that, please come to twitch.tv/ZealsAmbitions and you can gift as many subs as you like. So plus 23, if you like to waste gold, the efficiency goes up by 0.01, guys. 0.01. So you go from plus 22, 1.3. At plus 23, you get 1.31. Remember, once again, I gotta, you know, I know this gonna drag out the video, and I know someone's gonna complain about it, but I'll delete his comment. I'm talking about all of them from 22 to 23, 22 to 23, 22 to 23, 22 to 23, 22 to 23. That is 1.31 for an average cost of 3.1 million. Once again, but I gotta hold my armor to enter the... I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about in order to enter the raid. I'm talking about afterwards. Let's take a look at weapons. Plus 22 weapon is 1.6. 23 is 1.6. 24 is 1.6. Guess what 25 is? 1.6. 1.6% damage increase. And the cost, as you can see, for the 22, it is 1 million. 1.1, and then 23 is 1.2 average. If you pity, bless you. Efficiency wise, it's not that great. My recommendation for this, the Ivory Tower hard mode, people usually recommend like plus 21 weapon, but I feel like you don't even need that, to be honest. Number one tip I want to give for on eye level Voltis characters after you watch this video and do all the checklist of things that you should have is I want you guys to be well equipped with strategy. It is a very easy and fun raid, in my opinion. It's a 4-man raid. It's not that overly hard. It's not that tight. Okay. All right. So damage gain to gold spent ratio efficiency priority tier list made by Porsche in November 2020 in Korea. Now, obviously, you cannot read any of this, but I want to let you guys know at the top of the efficiency, gold to damage ratio, gold spent damage return, Elixir is number 1. Number 1. And then next is level 8 cooldown gems for your top 2 skills in Korea. I don't know the gold price of gems in your region at the time of this recording and the skills that you are using. I don't know. Okay, I would have to calculate that separately. But all I want to say is that Elixir is number 1 in the end game. And then next, after the gems, I mean the 2 gems you get for free anyways from the event, right? Mokoko, Super Mokoko, whatever Mokoko event. And then the next one is Transcendence. Transcendence. So you guys are like, oh, gee, golly, more things to waste our gold. Well, we need to have gold sync, right? We need to have gold sync. But it's better. What I'm trying to say right now, if you didn't catch the drift, is that the 2 new systems will drastically increase your penis size. Wait, that's going to get censored by YouTube. But it's going to really increase your power for very small investment compared to you guys burning your gold on trying to show your EP online by, oh, look at me, I'm a 1630 Sork. Okay, nobody really cares. Okay, because efficiency wise, as you can see, the plus 22 armor is right here, guys. Plus 22, 23 armor is last. Almost last, dude. Almost last on efficiency. Right after that is a 9-7 rock. And then you know what's the worst? Quality. 95 quality, 98 quality. Now the placement of these rankings may change because honing costs so much in NA, whereas quality is a flat cost. Rocks, that depends on what rocks we're cutting. We'll put that in another advanced video. Yeah, so even like bracelets, if you have a 10% bracelet going from 10% to 12% efficiency wise, for the amount of gold you're about to spend, you know, on average, for the power you gain, for trying to go from 10% damage increase bracelet to a 12% damage bracelet is very inefficient. And of course, almost last but not least is 24-25 armor. Just all you need to know right now is that in Korea, many people underestimate gems. Gems actually has resale value, and even if you switch mains, you can give it to the new main, right? Weapon quality don't follow you. 9-7 don't follow you. Gems do. Every region is sleeping on gems, okay? So gem check, as well as Elixirs and Transcendence has high value. That's the note that I want to leave you guys up to this point. Next, people are getting freaking fooled and trapped by like tweets, social media. Maybe you guys look at some forums like Reddit. You're like, oh, this guy Johnny got 100 quality. Maybe I'll get lucky too. I'm gonna have to talk about this again. Quality does not work the way you think it works. Quality is designed to fool the room temperature IQ players. Or for those that don't know, the stat distribution or the pie distribution of quality. Now, the game doesn't tell you this because they want you to spend your gold. It's a gold sink. Recrafting for quality, net same results, but you lose 200 gold per recraft. And if you're gonna come to my chat and be like, but I got 95 after I recraft, you could have just sat in the vendor and hit quality upgrade and you would have got 95 next turn anyways. It's the same thing. It's just that you just wasted 200 gold extra. Let me explain how this works. Your chance of getting anywhere from 0, yes, when you hit upgrade on quality, it can land from anywhere from 0 to 100. it's gonna land on a number. So the chance of a 0 to 10 is 25.19. Your chance of getting 31 to 40 is right here, 13.86. You guys see the mouse? So 40 quality from 0 to 40 comprises 78% of the pie chart. Ooh. So when you guys are going for 80 to 90 quality, you're praying for a miracle, right? 81 to 90 is that small portion of the pie. That little thing. It's a scam. It's meant to get your gold. So what do I recommend for quality? I know it doesn't have anything to do with Elixirs and Transcendence, but you guys, I'm seeing way too many players, especially like even free to play, wasting their gold on quality. I think, in my opinion, blue quality is good enough. Like if you're 80, I would not venture forward. If you get the free taps, maybe. If you're really itching, do maybe 5 weapon taps per month and then stay away. Because you're gonna need Stones of Chaos for the 2 new vertical systems. Transcendence as well as the Elixirs will require a lot of Stones of Chaos. For those that watch my stream, they probably have like 1 to 2 to 3,000 saved. Now you don't need to have that many. If you have 1,000, that's very nice. Quality bad. Blue good. If you want to go higher, come back later. At the later time, after you finish your Elixirs, after you have your alt set up, your account set up, okay? We do this later. This is for people that have nowhere else to spend their gold on. All right, so gems. People ask me, what's the damage increase, blah, 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 blah. Depends on the class, right? Let's say, for example, you're a Surge Blade. Surge is going to comprise about 55 to 58% of your damage in Trixian, but in actual fight, about 65% of your total damage. So in that case, going from a level 7 to level 10 gem is going to be a bigger chunk of your damage. But this is just in general. Just in general, right? Like level 8 to 9 gem is a 4.84 damage increase of that set skill. And then level 9 to 10 is 7.69. Cooldown gems, the efficiency is, as you can see, 2.38. You see the rest. This is in general, okay? Since adding some cooldown on certain skills don't really increase the overall DPS, all right? For examples like Deathblow Strikers, it's just nice to have higher ones in case you do miss or you make a mistake. Okay, but other than that, yeah, these are the values. So what I'm saying is that gems have pretty good value. So checkpoint number 1, so far we learned eye level in the future is just terrible value for your gold. So hold on to your gold. Eye level means to enter a raid and fool idiots from getting accepted to pugs. New vertical systems are cracked in value in the end game. And this works, guys. Even though I'm not technically strong on the outside, just because my eye level is high, they accept me. But KR players are also smartening up now and checking other vertical systems. So the new vertical systems are cracked in value in the endgame. Fix the weak links of your main before and after entering said endgame. So what does that mean? Like maybe get some gems. If you have level 6 gems or level 7 gems, try to get level 8 gems. Get them to 9. Okay, depending on like value, right? Is it better to hone to 1650 or is it better to get legendary skins? Legendary skins going from epic to legendary is 1.905% damage increase. I heard that in NAE, so it's about 300,000 gold on average. Okay, so is that worth it for you? You have to judge that, right? Because we don't have like a tier list like this. So let's say you already have level 10 gems, you have a 9.7, and you're like, you have 1 million gold, but you don't know where to spend it. Should I go do like 2 hones and then fail all of it or get legendary skins? So in that case, legendary skin would have a better return. All right, next, how legendary elixirs work in Korea. So you get 8 from raiding. You get 4 from crafting the bound, 2 from the drops, and then 2 from the loot auction in gate 2 and 4. So here, as you can see, I can craft 4 for the week. And then these is the next part of the slide. What are those? 5 more can be crafted from tradable mats. 13 maximum per character per week. You cannot pay to win this. It is time gated. All right, so as you can see right here, it says I could craft up to 5. Would you look at that? And then it says I could craft 2 more for the week. And where do I get those? These are the ones that you could get from the auction house. Initially in Korea, it went for 1,500 gold. It plummeted within a couple hours. Okay, so I need about, let's say 200. If you would like to craft more, this is how you do it. And this is per character, guys, per character. Okay, per character. There it is. And I'm done for the week. It says it's going to reset in 1 hour. There's a maintenance in 1 hour. So where do you get these from? So you get that from disassembling your elixir. So the more you have cut your elixir, the more dust you get back. Now you also need these. And I think Amazonis are calling these duct titty catalysts. So I said, remember you guys need chaos stones? Right? So I am dying for chaos stones. I go through about 120 a week because I'm trying to perfect my elixirs on multiple characters. So I have farmed 21 stones of chaos today from raiding. And then they cost gold, 8,800. And I get 630 duct titty catalysts. Okay. I call them dildos. And then with those, you can cut elixirs right there. Every time you press like attack here, which is a best in slot option, we'll talk about that. It'll consume 5 duct titty catalysts and 280 gold. What to aim for a first timer? You are a elixir virgin. Any easy damage increasers, okay? So any little baby points. So let me show you a character that is at that stage. My Airmancer. Airmancer got 4.07% damage increase coming from those purple elixirs like purple panties, weapon damage, 1 point in intellect, extra damage right here, extra damage, 2.32% extra damage. So that comprises to 4% damage increase for about maybe 5,000 gold spent. 4% damage increase for 5,000 gold spent is very good. Purple elixirs do cost less gold. If you're curious about the purple elixirs, make sure to hit the like and subscribe because we will go to, remember, this is part 1, okay? We're gonna do multiple parts, guys. There's a lot of systems we're gonna talk about, okay? If I do it all in one video, it's gonna be 14 hours. It's already too long. All right, so let's keep going. So first timers, any damage increasers, okay? More on that in a future video. This is what you just need to know the basic foundation, guys. Basic, we're gonna go, the elixir system, you need to know from the ground up. And then 35 set bonus. What is a set bonus? Set bonus is, I know this is in Korean, but there is a set right here. 2 set levels at 35, okay? And a 40. So those are coming from the helmet and the gloves. Okay, so let's say you have to have this, if you have set A here on your helm, you have to have set A on your gloves as well. Okay, if this is complex, it'll all make sense soon. All you need to know is that you need to get the 35 set after the easy. We gotta go step by step. People are like, oh, I gotta get 40 set day 1. Bro, relax. Okay, chill. First, go for easy damage. Next, aim for 35 set bonus. And then after that, aim for the 40 set bonus. And then after that, you aim for the min-max. These are steps. Some Western players just want to go from step A to step Z. Just chill out. You're not going to go that fast. I'm going to talk about boosters. We can get 40 set bonus with boosters. If you look right here, this is a booster, 5-5. So the extra damage is great, 3.1% additional damage. What the hell is a wake up? You know how you fall down and then you can get up, right? Not the space bar, but the space bar of when you fall down. That is reduced by 2.4. Does that seem like it's great value? Does that seem like an offensive stat for my scrapper? Absolutely not. Then why are you using the ZEALS? Because it's a booster. It's giving me 5 points to fulfill the 40 set bonus right here. Okay? And you guys will use a lot of those boosting points. You're not trying to cut best in slot elixirs 40 sets day 1. It's not gonna happen even 6 months later for some of y'all. You're gonna go for boosters. Why? Because the 40 and the 35 set bonus is tremendous amount of damage. We'll talk about that. I'll give you all the math. And then after you have the 40 set bonus, you fix the boosters. You fix the boosters like my Slayer. My Slayer doesn't have any stupid stats like spacebar cooldown or mana. It has all offensive stats. All offensive stats. Okay? Boss damage, weapon attack, attack power, strength, best in slots. The min-maxing is way later. What you guys need to focus on is these 3 steps. What to aim for the first timers. An easy damage increasers, right? Just cut the elixirs like purple elixirs or legendary elixirs. And let's say you got additional damage by 3%. Wow! I mean, hey, Let's say you cut one elixir and you got 5 points and you got additional damage. That's pretty cheap damage. Let's say you spent 7,000 gold. That's pretty good returns. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You want to keep those. But when you cut your elixir, I don't want you to equip your elixir right away. That's because what if I cut a better one that week, that first week? You have 13 elixirs. Let's say you got a 5-1 on your gloves. On your gloves, it's a 5 and 1, total of 6 points. Are you going to equip that immediately? I don't think you should. I don't think that's very efficient. What if you cut your second elixir and happens to be a direct upgrade on your gloves? It becomes a 5-4 gloves. Then you just wasted a 5-1, the 6-point elixirs, by learning it. You could have disassembled it, and sold the shards, or kept the shards and craft more. Okay, so there is a little bit of like smart play here. And how to equip it? Once you complete the elixirs, you're gonna slot them in. Okay, you could hold up to 3. You can change them. Like for example, you could have a different kind of sets and all of that stuff. That's later. All you need to know is what it looks like and what you do with those. How you slot them into your gear. And then once you slot them into your gear, you can change your bonus. You can change, or if you think, oh, is this stronger than this one? They're 2-5. This is 2-5. Just reversed. Same stats, but reversed in order. Something else is 5. We'll talk about this later in the slides. So which one is stronger? You can change it and then see in the character stat right there if one is stronger than the other. Okay. I think I lost you, but I will explain that soon. All right. So what to aim for first timers after you get the easy bonus damage. Easy damage, like I showed you guys here. You go for the 35 set. My Reaper got 37 out of 40 first week, which was 18.8% damage increase. That's hella good, right? That's hella lucky. I got hella lucky on Reaper. That's hella good. 18% damage increased for less than 100k gold spent. Nice, right? In 1 week. Now, if you're like, whoa, Zeals, I didn't even get like 20 out of 40 first week. That's okay. I got lucky on Reaper. Some people take maybe a month. The worst case scenario, maybe like 2 months, okay? But on average, about 4 or 5 weeks. 3, 4, 5 weeks, okay? To get the 40 set bonus. So Reaper got 40 set bonus on the second week, 41 out of 40 with booster stats. Not all of them are offensive stats. For example, I have the wake up, the get up skill level 3 on my shoulder and stagger level 5 on my chest. Okay, so that is a booster chest. So I have 8 points of non-offensive stats, but it's a-okay because completing the 40 set give my Reaper 24.33 damage increase. Damage increase, 24% damage increase, 24% damage increase in 2 weeks with less than 150k gold spent. Can't get better than that, dude. All right. Now I have to move on to the next phase. The next phase is making this way better, right? Now that's where you lose gold. That's where you lose a lot of gold. But you don't need to do that. You're not gonna get gatekept because you don't have 50 out of 50 perfect elixirs. Nobody in Korea does that. That's cringe, okay? But they will look at certain things, and I'll tell you what the things they look at very soon. All right, so next. And here we are. What do people look at? So what to aim for the first timers? Main focuses for DPS, okay? We're only gonna cover DPS in this channel. Let's look at my Reaper. You see how there are some 5s, right? There's a 5 of everything. There's a 4, there's a 3, there's a 2 and a 2. Did Reaper cover all the important parts? Let's take a look. Helm, set level 5. Shoulder, boss damage 5. Chest, doesn't really matter. We'll talk about that. Pants, damage 5 or crit damage level 5. And then gloves, set level 5. If you're like, what the hell are you talking about? All you need to know is that these options, you want to aim level 5. Now, if you don't get level 5, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to get gatekept because you didn't get the level 5. For example, my Scrapper does not have boss damage 5, but it's a 4 and a 5, which is 9 points out of 40. It helps me to hit 40 sets. So I'm going to keep it till I get a better one. Okay, which is going to be very hard because it's almost perfect, right? But it would have been better if this was level 5, but it's good enough. Is my point. You want to get these 5 because they give the most bang for your buck in terms of DPS. Most important is to hit the 40 set while trying to get these level 5. If you don't, it's a-okay. You'll replace it later, right? People always ask, well, if I cut purple elixirs, do you have to replace it to legendary? Yes. If you cut legendary elixirs, you'll replace it down the road with legendary elixirs if you care about that character, if you want to really min-max it. Now, you don't have to min-max it. I'll talk about which characters those are later. Helmet, set level 5. Pants. These are in red because these, plus your bracelet, may dictate your best in slot engravings. So a lot of people ask why this player runs Keen Blunt, why they don't run Keen Blunt and they use Cursed Doll, why do they drop Cursed Doll and they're using Raid Captain? Because these red highlighted parts dictate your best in slot engravings. This is for those that want to min-max once again. This will be coming along in part 2 of the Advanced Vertical System video guide, okay? All you need to know for now is that this is the reason why people are dropping certain engravings and replacing them with other engravings. Plus your bracelet. Bracelet will fully dictate your builds later on in the game. For 20% damage increase, about 115,000 gold to 155,000 gold. This is just a rough estimate. I cut one. It was 6,580 gold per. And there's a squiggly line saying about. Because there are options that reduce your gold cost. You might have to do an extra tap. They give you extra chances, extra turns. That's what I'm talking about, extra turns. Extra life, extra turns, extra whatever, tap, okay? That's all same thing. All right, just not to confuse you guys. But that will, you know, add up the cost. But this is on average about 6,580 gold per elixir because we have to add in the, what was it again? The ductated catalysts, all right? The chaos stones. Now, if you don't have chaos stones and you're buying chaos stones from vendor, add more to this. This is not how to cut guide. There's no point giving you a cut guide because you need to understand what you're even aiming for, right? You need to have the foundation before you assemble the roof. Elixirs have public, in Korean we call them public, but I'm gonna call it general options. So for DPSers, these are the top 3 general options. Attack, main stats, weapon attack. This is not important. All you need to know is that level 5, obviously the best value. Okay, so at max eye level, all right, this changes per eye level and engraving. So guys, don't take this as like, you know, the 10 commandments. It's not set in stone. You can calculate this yourself. Depends on your weapon quality. This depends on any bonus damage you have. This depends on your engravings, okay? But this is my calculation, my character. And max eye level attack, level 5, gives 1.29% damage increase. The main stat, strength, dexterity, intelligence, right, gives 1.02. Weapon attack level 5 gives 1% damage increase. All you need to know right now here is that these are the top 3 general options. And the difference between the 3 are not big. You're not going to get gay cap because, oh, why do you have weapon attack? Dude, bro, you just take what you get, dude, okay? So at 1620-ish, all right, once again, this depends. Is your weapon higher? Depends on your stats. Depends on your character profile sheet if you press P. So the attack gives 1.4% damage increase. And then main stat at level 5, 1.1. Weapon attack at level 5, 1.1. The lower your eye level, you get more out of it. Well, that's kind of obvious. Same thing with Transcendence, right? Diminishing returns. So what do you need to know? Attack is better than main stat. Main stat is a little bit better, if not equal to weapon attack. What is the best in slot that you can get on chest? Attack and main stat is best in slot. For my Slayer, it's going to be attack and strength. Level 5, level 5. So, as you can see right here, chest value, depending on eye level from 1620 to 1650, is around 2.6 to 2.2% damage increase. Chest is by far the worst option for damage increase. That's why we're going to use the chest as a booster. We could put like some shitty 5/5 elixir on the chest. You could slap it there to fulfill the 10 points. That will be in a later advanced guide, but all you need to know is the best in slot is attack and main stat. If you have attack and weapon attack, that's great. Now, what about squishy classes like, you know, EHP wise? Mathematically, they're kind of squishy, right? Like Reaper, Gunslinger. You could go with 10% damage reduce. So at level 5, it gives you 10% damage reduce plus attack. You're not really sacrificing much. Ooh, 1%, 1.1% damage. Ooh, they're not really sacrificing much. Now let's look at shoulder. Shoulder best in slot is boss damage plus attack. Red because it's more important. So if we look here at boss damage, just follow my mouse, it's the second one. At level 1 is 0.38 and it goes up to 2.4%. For example, boss damage plus level 1 attack versus, like level 1 attack right here, level 1 attack, versus level 5 attack plus level 1 boss damage. This one, boss damage wins. Why? Because level 5 attack, as I calculated here, is 1.4% damage increase at 1620-ish. Okay? Boss damage level 5 is 2.4% damage increase. Right? So boss damage takes priority. But like I said, chat, if you get a level 5 attack or something level 5 with some like level 3 something or level 3 boss damage, it is what it is. It is what it is. You just need to fulfill the points first. Okay? But shoulder's max value, depending on eye level from 1620 to 1650, is around 3.9 to 3.6% damage increase. Pants. Best in slot options are damage plus attack or crit damage plus attack. Okay? Now, let's say you got crit damage 5, attack 5. Just keep it. If you get damage 5 plus 5 attack, keep it. Even though crit damage may be your best in slot. Or vice versa. Okay? Because getting a 5/5 is already hard enough. So let's look at the difference between damage versus crit. What do I choose? Do I choose damage or crit damage? Once again, the game's gonna determine for you. If the game gives you a 5/5, it is what it is, all right? Replacing that will be freaking hard, dude. But let's take a look. Let's really do the min-maxing here. So damage at 100 quality weapon, because diminishing returns with the damage increase on your quality of the weapon. So I'm gonna put 100 quality because that's 30%, plus yearning, right? Plus the pants, 3.1, it equals 2.1%. Ooh, so it's not really 3.1. What about a 100 quality weapon plus yearning plus a nightmare user? Nightmare user is 1.91. Oh, diminishing returns with nightmare as well. But let's take a look here. Crit damage, 7%. Spec Soldier, 90% crit, let's say. This 7% equals 2.68 if you have 250% crit damage. Now, if you have bracelet with like 20%, let's say you have hammer, you have raid or sail, whatever it's called, right? That brings down this value more. But it's still better than this, 1.9, right? Now, what about Shock Scrapper at 75% crit with 315% crit damage, entropy, and keen blunt? Maybe you have crit damage coming from your bracelet as well. Then it goes all the way to 2%. So what am I saying here? For entropy classes with keen blunt and stuff like that, it's generally better to go flat damage. For Hitmaster and Nightmare Andes, it's better to go crit damage. But once again, if you got a pants that's damage 5 and attack 3, you're probably gonna have to use that. Once again, guys, 40 set is more important than min-maxing. Just equip the ones that you could fulfill the 40 set with, and then later on, as you pump more elixirs, as you keep doing the Volus hard mode, you guys will min-max that. Now, helmet, crit set and damage bonus when you crit. This doesn't have diminishing returns with keen blunts or crit damage coming from your panties. It's just like Glavier Synergy copies this system. So whenever you crit, that number gets a bonus of 12% at 40 set, 6% at 35 set. Certain classes will go for the crit set. Certain classes will go for the damage bonus when you crit. All right, that will have to be in a separate video. All you need to know is that there are 2 best in slot options. So let's look at helmet. Level 5 grants 1.44% attack right here, as well as 3,000 physical defense. I mean, who cares about that? We're talking about min-maxing damage here. So as you can see, it's attack, which has diminishing returns with each other. What are those others? It has diminishing returns with Cursed Doll. It has diminishing returns with mass increase, adrenaline, atropine, any attack buffs. For example, Hell Hanamatan, Thamine, Gate 4. So now you're probably starting to understand that with elixirs, you're going to start losing value in Cursed Doll. Like if you went 5x3+1 with adrenaline, you're already losing value in your Cursed Doll little by little. Now this is going to add on to that. And then when you atropine is a multiplicative, it's additive, and attack buff is also Gate 3 is multiplicative, but in Famine, but Gate 4 and Hanamatan Hell mode, it is additive. So your Cursed Doll value goes down even to 11%. If you have Esther Weapon, it goes down to even 8% when you stack all of them. All right, now that's why people are dropping the Cursed Doll and going to mass increase, but that's another video. All you need to know is that level 5 is 1.44% attack. Next one is Gloves. Gloves, best in slot 2 set options, same thing. But this time, instead of giving attack, Gloves give a separate bonus. When you get to level 5, it increases damage by 1.44%. What are these sets? So there is the crit set. Crit set at 5 stacks, it's like adrenaline. Every time you attack, it stacks up. Okay, you don't have to land a hit, but every time you attack, you get a stack. Okay, but at 5 stacks, okay, each stack gives 1.4% crit. At 5 stacks, which is the max, you get a 7% crit. And then if you get the 40 sets, it also has the 8.5% damage. Why 8.5? Because 1.7% damage increase per stack times 5. Now, you can lose a stack every 0.5 seconds when you take damage. Okay? Which does kind of happen frequently depending on the fight. All right, but that's in more detailed video for the class and the spec and the build. Okay? All you need to know is that at 35 set, it gives 7% crit. So Surge Blades are like, oh, yo, that's crazy. And then at 40 stacks, you get 7% crit and the 8.5% damage at 5 stacks. Okay? Now, Surge Blade, this will be your best in slot. There is no discussion. Okay? Because your Surge comprises too much chunk of the pie in the overall damage. So you need to guarantee the crit. Damage bonus when you crit is 12% damage, additional damage to the skill that crits. Okay? So at 35 set, it's 6%, and at 40, it's 6 more, up to 12, right? 6 plus 6 is 12. I need you guys to understand that Elixirs give great value for the gold spent. Is it the best system in the world? No, it's not. Do I personally like it? Nah, I mean, initially I loved it. It was fun. Great streaming content. Elixirs being 25% damage increase, okay? Now, if this was like a lower eye level character instead of 1655, it'd be a little bit higher. Now, as for Transcendence, what is Transcendence? Transcendence is another vertical system. It's not like Elixirs. You don't have to like choose the options. They choose it all for you. All you need to do is get the points. So all you need to know is that Transcendence is coming down the road. It's second, if not the third best bang for your buck. And all you need to know is that it gives you, like for me, it gives me 16.78% damage increase. Together with Elixirs, that's 42% damage increase. So Transcendence has less RNG involved. There's actually a very good calculator. You're going to spend a little bit more gold than Elixirs. You're not going to get as much damage as Elixirs, but it's still better than honing. I mean, I'll do a separate lecture later, but to craft the legendary Elixirs, I didn't cover this. In order to have the condition to craft this, obviously you have to be 1620. But yeah, as long as you beat Gate 1, you get an achievement. And Gate 1 is very easy. And there are like when Elixirs or Ivory Tower, when Ivory Tower came to Korea, people were like, yeah, let's just only do Gate 1. I'm scared about raiding. There's no guides out yet. It's day 1. Let's just do Gate 1. And then they did rest like normal, whatever, for the gold. But as long as you do Gate 1, you can craft 5 a week. And the prices of these will go down. In Korea, week 1, they were at 1500 gold. And the Bozo you're looking at right now, I bought those for 1500 gold, thinking it was good value. It's probably going to go up, I thought. Next day, I check, it's 1100 gold. Right now, it's 46 gold.